Yeah, so just an update. I'm not sure when I gave the last update, maybe like, I don't know, like a week ago or something like that. But basically, I had dinner. I have like a nightly dinner or a weekly dinner with the old pastor friend of mine who's also a book publisher, and kind of walked him through, how his neuropathy, which he suffered from for years, how it can go away. And, sort of before last night's dinner, I was like, yeah, you make a video. And he's like, I can't commit to a video. But then by the end of last night, he was like, okay, my video. So hopefully he makes one. So I left him instructions of, record your own video, record a video by yourself, watch the video by yourself, upload it to the cloud so it's timestamped by yourself, monitor your health changes by yourself, and then if you, not required, but if you want to help me, my mom, my Persian friend, and many others, email us the results or whatever. So that's good. So like that, still probably got enough money for till next week or something like that. But at least I'll have that dinner. I emailed Kelly Schaefer's drummer / husband to get the thoughts on the first resurrection, which is badass. And I don't know if he'll respond or not. And the Reddit sub is kind of growing. And I think that's kind of like the update. I'm getting good spirits. I'm just hungry, so I'm going to get a $3 special here at the BK Lounge. What else? So, the first resurrection is cool as fuck. Just posted on the Reddit board. I'm like, first resurrection, or the resurrection of Saint Cecilia, the patroness saint of music. This girl, who's the singer, is her reincarnated without knowing it. And the only way she's going to know that is if she sees the face of God. And without a book, she's never going to be able to do that. And this guy pops in and he says, and we had talked, or we had, typed back and forth a couple times on unrelated stuff, but he's like, small world. I actually used to play guitar, or I used to play with her in like a band or however many years ago. And I was like, okay, bam, that's it. That's a coincidence. That's planned since creation. This is the first resurrection, which means that he said also, he's like, I've been writing my book after encouragement from you and some other people. Earlier this week is when I started. And I'm like, see, there you go. You started to record it, and then the coincidence drops in your lap. And it's what you do with that coincidence, which separates you from the living. So, and then I kind of explained a little Revelation 12 or whatever. But I took that whole post in our comments and basically a public permanent record of the beginning of the first resurrection, and I sent it to Kelly's husband / drummer to get his thoughts on if her life has parallels to Saint Cecilia, which I already know that she does, because she is Saint Cecilia, same mind, new body, new name in 2020 instead of the 2nd century or whatever. So like that happened. I don't know what else. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Oh yeah, like Le Festival de Armageddon or whatever. The Armageddon. Just like submitting artist names to the board, and also on my Facebook account saying artist submission. It's me submitting it. It's not the artist submitting it, but it could be misconstrued that way. Maybe intentionally in some way. But anyway, so I'm putting music like Cecile teaches from the 11 Words to Heaven map, which is also on the Reddit sub too. But the Cecile piece means get music involved in the process, which by putting these cool artists as artist submissions for Le Festival de Armageddon from July 3rd to July 20th of 2020 in the Jezreel Valley in Israel, it's adding music. So like instead of just having a bunch of eschatological end of days posts, there's like, you'll see an artist. It's a really cool sub if you want to check it out. It's r/Trump666 is the name of the sub, which is also really cool because, in Revelation 13 it talks about his, unless you have the mark of the beast or the number of his name, and the number is 666, which is, the sub is his name, Trump, and then Kushner's property, the 666 thing. and the sub's name syncs with the verse of prophecy. So that's cool. And I think about, like, you know, I had enough faith to put the first resurrection post online about Kelly. Kelly had enough faith in her career to sing about Jesus, when you're going to come and help us overcome or whatever, but like be cool about it. And the guy had enough faith to say, oh, small world. And when you put all those together, because of, even though we may not agree on details of God and religion and stuff like that 100%, because we all have pure hearts and we believe, and Kelly and he knew each other from this punk church, like, that they were a part of, which apparently Jesus is like punk a little bit, seems like, it's the lesson that teaches. But you know, that was monitored, screened, and then all of us get linked together through this first resurrection piece. So if Kelly took the step and actually wrote her book and then attached it to my book and then this other guy's book, then you start to have books that feed off one another, or I guess are at peace with one another is a better way to say it. And, you know, you don't have a bunch of arguments about, well, my book's wrong and this guy's book's right. It's about, he's like, okay, he wrote his book first. Now I basically just open it up so anyone can write their book at the end of my book, and he decides to write his. And it's a personal experience where you're not writing a book of the Bible in the sense of like for people to live their lives. It's more of a deeply personal testimony, an account of your works and your journey from wherever you're at. As you document that process, God's manipulating things around you, like, you know, in your past, playing an instrument with Kelly Schaefer, who's Saint Cecilia or whatever. And yeah, so like, just by nature of recording it and giving him credit, he's organizing things in your life. And it's about the belief of the faith in him that this isn't a big joke and you're not going to be made a fool. You're actually participating in the first resurrection of the dead. And to see all of us cross-referenced, our paths crossed in that way. And he's the guy from the channel or the subreddit where he's the one who took the next step to actually record it. Thus, he's the one who's connected to Kelly, not the other people who decided not to. So, anyway, there's some stuff, and obviously that sunset thing is like an act of God, as it is. Think about these things. Now I'm going to eat. Hello.